Hello guys, this is your Encryption Project for Algebra 2. This is our lesson regarding Encryption Project. Your objective for today is to decipher an encryption that your friend has written to you. Only you and your friend will know what the message says. So what you need to really understand is please read the direction, translate it, decipher it. And if you just follow the page I have given you, this should be a very easy project. Okay, so this project is about learning how to use the matrix and the inverse of a matrix to decipher an encryption message. This would be something you would do in national security, except for them they would have lots and lots of layers. We're only going to have one layer for our encryptions, just so you kind of get an idea of how we use our matrix system. All right, so let's start. First of all, step 1 says together, that's you and your partner, together. Decide on an encoding matrix that you and your partner will share. Only you and your partner will know this. Anybody else with another code will not be able to decipher your message, okay? So you and your partner will decide on an encoding matrix. It should be a 2 by 2 and it can include any integers. Each of you must write it in the space below. So for example, if I'm doing this with somebody, here is something that we're going to pick. Try not to pick 111 or an identity matrix like 1001. Try to pick some different numbers, okay? So I'm going to pick 2471. Now, before you decide if this is the matrix you want, remember not all matrix has an inverse. So see if this one has an inverse. So something that you can do if you have a TID4, let me get out of that real quick, is you can go to alpha zoom, okay, and I'm going to go a 2 by 2, and I want to see if this matrix has an inverse. Remember to right click, 2, 4, right click, 7, right click, 1, and get out of it. And here's your inverse button. As you can see, let's translate it to a fraction. This has an inverse, so I can use this code. If it does not have an inverse, you'll be undefined, and usually because your determinant is a 0. So kind of go back to that lesson if you need to. All right. Now, once you guys have the code, which is a 2 by 2, you are now going to move away from each other, because the point of this is you're trying to decipher what your partner has written. And if you're right there, you would know what they wrote. Okay? Also, we're going to use our ABC system. So like A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so forth. Z will be 26, and your space will be 0. So just kind of keep that in mind. It is on the board. You can use what I have on the board. But this is the coding system we're going to use. All right. So step 2 says, by yourself, decide on a message you're going to send to your partner. Make it an action they must perform. Write the message. Then convert the letters to numbers using the system we have on the board, arranging it in a matrix form. Keep in mind you want it to be a 2 by something, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Make sure to include spaces. The matrix must have 2 rows, but can be as long as you need it, depending on the number of letters and spaces in your message. You are not going to be able to use alpha window if it's greater than 6 by 6, but I do want you to do it the long way and try to do it 6 by 6. So a message I want to write, for example, it has to be an action, and I said, let's say jump up and down, okay? It could be something like go knock on the door, okay? Go give somebody a high five. So any of those messages would be fine. So I'm going to do jump up and down, okay? Maybe let's add the word you. You jump up and down, so we can make it a little longer. Now we're going to use our alphabet and translate our alphabet into the code that we want, the numbers that's on the board. So if you look, Y is number 25. O is 15. Okay, maybe I should leave myself a little bit more room. U is 21. And then I have a space. J is 10. U is 21. M is 13. Okay. P 16, and then I have a space. A is 1, N is 14, D is 4, and I have a space, D again, and O is 15, W is 23, and N is 14. All right, so I have all my code. So my message says you jump up and down. Now I got to figure out how to translate this information into a 2 by something matrix. So we got to count what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right. Now your matrix always has to be an even number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'm going to go ahead and add a space here. So I'll make it 18. I'm going to divide it by 2. So my matrix here will be a 2 by 9. Okay? So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I'm going to start my second row right here and continue on. So I got 25, 15, 21, 0, 10, 21, 13, 16, and 0. There's my 9 columns, okay? Continue, 1, 14, 4, 0, 0. Wait a minute, why do I have 0? And down. I have an extra 0. I have an extra space. This should be a D, and D is, this should be a 4. There should be 2 0. Okay, so 4, that should be a 4, 15, 23, 14, and 0. All right, so now this is my translation from you jump up and down right here. So what you are going to do now is I'm going to multiply my message times my code. Okay, so I'm going to multiply my code times my message, and I can do that on my calculator. Okay, here we go. Let's clear that. So I'm going to hit alpha zoom. Alpha zoom, and it's a 2 by 2, and I got 2 parentheses 4 right click 7 right click 1 times. Now I cannot use my alpha zoom, so what I should have done first was I should have gone to, let's get out of that real quick and clear. Let's go to our second matrix. I cannot do it the long way, the short way, so I'm going to have to do this one. Change this to a 2 by 9, okay, and I'm going to enter my number, 25, enter, 15, enter, 21, enter, 0, 10, 21, 13, 16, 0, right, enter goes right to the next row, 1, 14, 4, 0, 4, 15, 23, 14, 0. Now keep in mind that if you mess up anywhere along here, like even this one number, if I messed up, it changes that message. That will not be a D, it'll be something else, okay? And now I have that saved. So let's get out of it. Now let's go to alpha zoom, enter our code, 2, right click 4, right click 7, right click, times, I'm going to multiply it times my matrix, so second matrix. Notice I stored in A, so I'm going to grab A, and that'll give you my message that I'm sending to my friend. I'm going to copy this message right here. Now if you look, notice it's not highlighted, okay? So I'm going to copy this down. So I'm going to go 54, I'm going to write top to bottom because I'm going to right click later, 86, 119, 58, 151, 0, 0. Do you see that? See how there's an error there? Just right click, okay? 36, 74, 102, 162. So I'm going to keep writing. See, there's still an error. 118, 114, 88, 126, and then 0, 0. It should be a 2 by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. Now, once you write this down, you're going to cut right here. This is the part you give to your partner, and they're going to write their name right there, okay? So, pretend I've done it. This is what my partner's going to do. I'm going to cut it. So now this is all my partner's going to see. My partner who knows the code is going to use the inverse to translate that. So this is what's going to happen. All right. So my partner is going to use the inverse. 2471 to the negative 1 times it by what I have right here. One more thing I want to point out is this. If you go up here, you see how it's highlighted? It's not going to scroll for you. If you push enter and get out of it, then you might have to push enter again, then it will scroll. Okay, just kind of think about that. All right, I'm going to use the inverse times 5486. I'm going to just go by columns. 58, 151, 00, 36, 74, 102, 162, 118, 114, 88, 126, 00. Now, so I'm going to use my inverse. I'm going to multiply by that. Remember, your partner doesn't know what you have up the other page. Okay? So two different things you can do. You can hit alpha zoom and hit 2, right click, 4, right click, 7, right click, 1, right click, inverse, enter. Okay? Go ahead and change it to a fraction because fraction is more accurate. I'm just going to write down this inverse so you know what it is, but you don't have to. Negative 1 over 26, 2 over 13, 7 over 26, negative 1 over 13. That was my inverse. Don't have to write that. All right. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to multiply it times what I had right here. Let's see if you guys can see it. Okay, here we go. We can see it better. And I've already had that entered, okay? I did not. Let me go back. Second matrix, we got to edit. Okay, we got to change our information to 54, enter. You can just type over it. 86. Okay, make sure I don't screw up. 58, 0, 36, 102, 118, 88, 0, 176, 119, 151, 0, 74, 162, 114, 126, 0. All right, so I have it saved, and I can check. Okay, ready? Now it's my new one. Let me get out of that. Let's try this again. All right. Let me just start over because I don't want you guys to mess up. Here we go. Go ahead and type the inverse. You can use this one or this one. If you use this one, you don't have to raise it to negative 1. If you use this one, you have to raise it to negative 1. 4, 7, 1. Negative 1, inverse of it, times. Go grab your matrix. And guess what it has? 25, 1, 15, 14, 21, 4, 0, 0, 10, 4. Okay. 21, 15, 13, 23, 16, 14, 0, 0. All right. So that is the message that I sent to my friend. Now, after I do all that, I have to translate it over. Y 25 is Y, O, U, space, jump, space, up, space, A-N-D, space, down. And then my friend is going to jump up and down, okay? So, and that is what you're doing. You're writing a message all based on numbers with one layer of encryptions. If you wanted to, right here, you could have had another layer, another coding with somebody else, and then it just keeps going, and that person needs to know the order you went so that they can come back to it, and that's how a computer system used to be written, especially Linux, when I learned Linux long time ago. But this is the coding for, here's the encryption for something you can write a message to, okay? And only you and your partner knows, because 25 for someone else could be the letter A. It could be the letter something, you just don't know, depending on your code right there. Okay, guys, I want this done today. Get that done. Now you have an idea how to do it. If your partner or your classmate do not have this video, please forward it to them. Thank you.